Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Late Night Football. We had a bit of a hiatus, but we're kind of getting back on the road a little bit, kind of getting back into the groove with the new football season starting. We just had a great European Championships tournament conclude, and now it's time for the biggest competition of the summer. And no, we're not talking about the Olympics. No, we're talking about the return of the Trivia Duo 2021. We're back and it was a great competition last year. It was really fun. So for all of you who watched it, thank you so much. And I hope you're excited about this year's competition as well. We're really excited about it, and I'm really excited to bring it to you. And I'm sure the contestants are really excited as well to participate. So really excited about that. I mean, yeah, I'm using the word excited a lot, aren't I? Because it is quite exciting. But maybe let's give that a bit of a pause for that word. But it is really great to do this. And there are a few changes. I'm going to go over them now. And obviously, once we do the competitions, once we do the games, we'll be going over them again. But last year it was a straight up knockout competition, one on one, mano a mano, or umano. Is it mano a mano? Or is that person against person? Because it's a gender neutral collective. But this year it's a team game because football is a team game. So it's actually teams of two people taking on teams of two people. So it's not one on one. It's kind of a little bit different. We have 12 contestants this year. So it's not a straight knockout because you need multiples of four for that. Well, multiples of two and four going forward. So we don't have your 12 people this year and six teams. So we're actually having a group stage followed by a final between the winners of the group. So basically we have six teams divided into two groups of three, and each of the groups, teams within the groups play each other, and then the winners of those groups play against each other in the final that will happen. So that's how we're doing it this year, and it's exciting. Well, I use the word exciting again, but it's great. I'm really pumped up and charged up for it. I think it's going to be a wonderful competition. We've got some wonderful people. So without further ado, I just want to introduce the contestants for this competition. And today we're also going to do the official tournament draw. As you can see from the title, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do the tournament draw, and we're going to decide the games and the groups. So very quickly, I'm going to share my PowerPoint presentation as I so often do. So just give me a moment here so I can put it on slideshow, and here we go. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys, and okay, all right. Sorry about that, and here we go. So, and you saw that, but now you can see this one. So, we've got 12, as I said, six teams, 12 folks, Andrea, and Dahlia. Dahlia, you might remember, she participated in this competition last year. Didn't do so well, but maybe now with Andrea by her side, Andrea is, because the first time participating in this competition, I think we might be able to see an upset or two maybe there. So that would be interesting. Helen and Mike, you remember them? Helen, of course, an Arsenal fan, has joined us for some of the Arsenal Man United review shows. And of course, Mike and Helen actually did a show together last year, if you remember, after the Man United Arsenal game, which Arsenal won. So, and Mike here, and of course, that's going to be interesting. It's been an interesting tournament, hasn't it, for Helen as an England fan? So definitely something to maybe more to cheer after the summer that she's had. So that's something. Mina and Will, again, first timers, both of them. Will, actually, you might remember Tulan last year also didn't do so well as first on exit for Tulan, and Will is her partner. So he'll be hoping to succeed where Tulan failed, probably, maybe. Mina, of course, the first time. We're really excited to have her on the show. We couldn't have her on last year, but we're really happy to have her this year. Raj, again, I remember semi-finalist last year, hoping to go two better and make it to all the way to the final to win a trivia enthusiast like Dali, actually, both them trivia enthusiasts. We're really glad to have him back again. And of course, Saugata, a first time as well on the show, and really excited, and really I keep using the word excited. Why do I keep using the word excited? But really pleased. I'm trying to find synonyms. So excited. Put them in the comments. The synonyms that I can use for next for the next show. But Saugata, I'm really pleased to have him on the show as well. And then Farhan, you might remember Farhan, of course, once upon a time, the most watched guest on our show, and one of the biggest, I would say, flops of last year's tournament, because I thought he would actually, go all the way at least the finals, but he had a first round exit. But he'll be hoping to do better. We'll be hoping that he does better. We've met him a lot of times on the show. Really happy. Yes, he was happy this time. Happy to have him back on the show. Margaret, his teammate, first timer again, but someone who has done really well in other football related competitions that I've done. So really glad to have her on the show again. And then, well, we got another, I would say, another sort of flop, Maria. Again, I expected her to probably get to the finals as well last year, but again, a first round exit. And she's going to be teaming up with who I thought was the Cinderella story and really the surprise, you know, participant of the tournament, Jihan, who I thought did really, really well last year. And again, glad to have her back. And of course, Jihan beat Maria in the first round of the competition. So, as I say, if you can't beat them, join them. I joined them together. I made up the team. So I joined them together. I think it's just a funny little story there. But there we go. Those are the teams. As you can see, they don't have numbers next to them because we're going to decide team numbers today. That's how the draw is going to go. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now because nobody needs to look at that anymore. But so we're going to decide team numbers today, and then once we decide team numbers, we're then going to decide what groups they go into, and also the match day. So maybe very quickly open the brackets for you, just so you can see how that is set up. And so basically, this is our tournament bracket. It looks like an Excel sheet right now, but it will be a nice little image for you later on. So basically, we're going to decide today the groups, who's going to be in which group, and then as you can see, there's going to be match day. So each match day has a specific topic, as we did last year as well. We had specific topics, so we're going to pick those, and those are going to be decided. And we're going to go in order as to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's how we're going to go, and we'll see which team plays which, and that really is it. And the group stages, it's pretty simple. Each team plays the other once. The team that wins gets 2 points. You get 2 points for a win. You get no points for a loss. Because we're not having draws, so otherwise you'd have 3 points for a win and 1 for a draw and 0 for a loss. But because it's only either win or lose, so it's 2 and 0, it kind of makes sense. Otherwise, it's just inflating points really. So it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. But 2 points for a win, none for a loss. If all three teams have won one game each, which might happen, might not happen, then we'll go into which team. But basically, if two teams have both, if two teams have equal points, or if in the unlikely event that happens, then we go with head-to-head results. If all three teams have equal number of points, we'll look at the number of points that were won. Basically, yes. So the team, sorry, we look at the points difference. So whichever team has the better points difference goes through. If that also seems to be equal, then we'll go through which team has more points. So we'll use different metrics, I guess, as we go along, and we'll try to figure out who has won this tournament. So it's going to be interesting. Yeah, it's going to be interesting, and we're going to do the draw now without much further ado. So I'm going to stop sharing the screen again. So we're going to use my random generator, which I have once again set up, the Google random generator, because we're a budget tournament. This is a budget tournament. So here we go. We have our Google random generator. So it says 4 right now, but that's not the number that we're going to start with. So we're going to do the random generator. We've got 1 to 6. So this is to decide which team numbers which. We're going to go in order of bullet points here. So for this one, technically, yes, the first name that we pick out is the first name on the sheet, as you would have seen. So I'm going to read those out, and then we'll see what number they align with, and then we'll do the group draw. So we're going to start with Andrea and Dalia because I have the first one that I had. So we're going to generate, and that is number 5. See, I always mistrust this because right after 4 comes 5. But anyway, we'll give this one the benefit of that. It is actually random. And so Andrea and Dalia are team number 5. So that is for our draw. We will then move on to number 2, which is Helen and Mike, who were second and actually number 2 anyway. So I'm telling you what, this is not exactly, I don't trust this random generator thing, but it's the best thing I've got. So, and then we got number 5 for number 3, but we already picked number 5. So we're gonna have to draw again. Number 2 again. So sorry, I should probably mention this. So our next team is actually Mina and Will, and they picked 2 and 5, which were the numbers that were already picked. So this is not turning out to be very random, guys. This is certainly not. There you go. They picked number 3. Oh my god. I might as well have just done this by myself. But anyway, Mina and Will are team number 3 for this draw. And the next team out of the hat is Raj and Sogat. And if they get number 4, I'll lose it. But I hope they don't. And they do get number 4. Oh god. Okay. So yeah, I should probably this has been a waste of time and an exercise. But anyway, Raj and Sogat are number 4. And if they are watching this, I apologize. But unfortunately, that we are the mercies of the system. And the next team out of the hat is Farhan and Margaret. And they picked number 1. So it is a little bit different. I guess. So number 1 is Farhan and Margaret. Wonderful. Yes, that's going to be very interesting. And number 6, that leaves number 6 as Jihan and Maria. So the numbers they started with. So really, if you if you look at it, it's basically, well, yeah, I don't even know. Basically, Andrea and Dahlia and Farhan just switched spots, and then everybody else just took the ones that they originally got anyway. So I mean, they'll call it what it is. If it's random or not, I don't know. But those are our teams. So team number one is Farhan and Margaret. Team number two, Helen and Mike. Team number three, Mina and Will. Team number four, Raj and Sogata. Team number five, Andrea and Dalia. And then team number six, Jihan and Maria. Those are our team numbers. So we're now going to do the draw for the groups. So we're going to do that now. And again, it's going to be 1 to 6, and we'll decide which teams go best. So we're gonna start with Group A, and then we're gonna go into, we'll go order. So we'll start with Group A, and then we'll start with Group B, Group A, Group B, Group A, Group B. So we'll do it like that rather than doing all them together. So we'll do it that way. So that way we'll not be at the mercy of the random generator. Hopefully it won't be 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, because that would really be embarrassing if I got it that way. But let's hope not. So we're gonna start with that. We now know the team numbers. So we're gonna see what number this generator puts out, and then that number team will go into Group A. So the first spot in Group A will be taken by Group 2. That is the one. So sorry, number 2, team number 2, which is Helen and Mike. Helen and Mike are first team in Group A. So I'm gonna put that in there now. There we go, Helen and Mike in group number A. Group A. All right. So first person to go into Group B will be number 1. Oh my god, I hate this one. Just when you think that it's starting to get a little bit better, and then it just goes back. But Farhan and Margaret will be in Group B. This is our first team. So, I don't know. I would have actually liked to see that match. I think that would have been a nice matchup. Farhan and Margaret, Helen and Mike would have been interesting. But anyway, all right. This is what it is. So Group A, second team to go into Group A is not number 2. I have to do this again. Number 4. Oh my God, is it going to be all evens in one and all odds together? Oh wow. Okay, Group 4, and that is that is Group 4 is Raj and Saugata. Oh wow, that's a battle, isn't it? Raj and Saugata. I think that's an interesting match. That's actually a very interesting match actually. Raj and Saugata. I think that they're very apparently, well, Sogata is apparently a big football fan, and Raj is a trivia enthusiast. So I think that's a nice little team there. And Helen and Mike obviously have a lot of football knowledge between them as well. So that would be an interesting matchup. Could be one of the marquee ties. But anyway, all right. So Group B, who's gonna go in Group B? Number 6. Okay. Well, thank God, thank God we didn't have all the odds in one and the evens in the other. So number 6 is Jihan and Maria. Oh, that is a wonderful. That's a nice little tasty clash there. Gian Maria, Farhan, Margaret. I think that's a nice little battle there that we'll have. And so final place for Group A will be number 4. We already got that one out of the way, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. So we're gonna have to do this again. Number 2, we've already got that one. So actually, hold on a second. Oh yeah, because you got one in the one. Yes. All right. Okay. Sorry about that. So number five, which is Andrea and Dahlia. So oh wow, that's gonna be interesting. That is, remember actually, Andrea and Dahlia. That's a wonderful. That's a nice little combination there. I think Andrea and Dahlia probably the dark horses, if you will, in this competition. Probably one of the lesser favorites, not one of the favorites, but maybe there's a chance for an upset there. So that would be wonderful. Andrea and Dahlia in the same, and that's going to be good. Two trivia enthusiasts, Dahlia and Raj against each other. That'll be nice. Anyway, for those of you interested. And so that leaves us with Mina and Will, who will be in Group B. That, I tell you what, the Group B seems a lot more open, because I think all 3 teams are in probably at the same level, similar level of competitiveness there. I think with Group A, there is also pretty good level, but I think 2 teams might be a little bit more overmatched than the other. But we'll see. Football is strange. Football trivia is a strange competition. We never know what might happen. Depends on topics. Depends on so many things. All right. So we've got our groups now. Group A is I'm just gonna bold this here. Group A is Helen and Mike, Raj and Saugata, and Andrea and Dahlia. That will be that's a wonderful group. And then Group B, we've got Farhan and Margaret, Gian and Maria, and Mina and Will. So that is fantastic. All right. So now the numbers are going to change. It's going to be 1, 2, and 3 in order of So I'm going to change the order here a little bit so that we can we can uh, we can get that going. So give me a just, yeah. Okay, so we're going to do that. So basically now we're going to switch the random generators to 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to go with each match day. So we're going to see who plays whom, and hopefully it doesn't throw up too many surprises. Obviously everybody plays everybody anyway, but the topics do make a difference. So I've changed the numbers to 1, 2, 3, and we'll go through each match day. So we're going to start with Group A match day 1, Group B match day 1, which is, well, rather, yeah, Group B match day 1, and then Group A match day 2. So we'll go like that, and we'll see which teams play each other. Obviously, the final matches will be determined by that, by simply exclusionary. The team that gets picked first nominally becomes the home team, so to speak, and there might be a toss advantage for them. So we're gonna do it that way. So let's get into it. Let's start. And so it's 1, 2, 3. So just to be clear, Group A, Team One, and this is 1, 2, 3 based on the order that they came out of the draw. So in this case, for Group A, you have team number 1 is Helen and Mike, team number 2 is Raj and Sogata, and then team number 3 is Andrea and Dahlia. For Group B, team number 1 is Farhan and Margaret, team number 2 is Jihan and Maria, and then team number 3 is Meena and Will. So keep that inside. I know it's a little bit complicated to keep up, but we'll show you the final bracket at the end, and hopefully it will all make sense by that time. So here we go. Let's start. Let's do this. Let us do this. So who's gonna get picked out first? Number 1. I don't think these are random anymore, to be honest. But anyway, Helen and Mike, they're gonna have the Champions League. They're gonna have to prepare. They're gonna have to brush up on their Champions League trivia, and they're gonna be taking on. Oof, they're going to be taking on Andrea and Dahlia. I think that's actually a very equalizing matchup because, I mean, if there was another match, it might have been more difficult, but I think this will be a nice little equalizer match because I think both teams have equal level of knowledge in the Champions League. But Champions League, so the first match day in the Champions League trivia is going to be Helen and Mike against Andrea and Dahlia. I think that will be a fantastic matchup. So now we go into Group B match day 1. So we're going to go into Group B once again. The team names I've already said that, but I'll say it out loud as they come out of the draw anyway. So Group B, the first again is number 1. I tell you what, well, I mean it's really not that random, is it? So I mean I guess yeah. So it's Farhan and Margaret, and here we go. Right. So and they are going to take on number 3. You know what? This is not random. This is clearly not random. But anyway, Meena and Will. We're gonna trust the system. We're gonna trust the system and assume that it's random. So Farhan and Margaret up against Meena and Will for the Europa League. I tell you what, that's yeah. I mean, my prediction is I think Meena and Will have an advantage here just because of Will's football knowledge. I think the Europa League. But that being said, the Europa League is a little bit of a more obscure competition, so maybe it's a nice little leveler there for that one. So that'll be interesting. That'll be a very interesting game and a fantastic round. So so now we go into Group A, match day 2. Group A, match day 2, which is on the Premier League. And that, by the way, it's not a typo. Both match day 2 for both groups is the Premier League because it's popular and people know about it. So anyway, all right. So we can't have 1 versus 3 again. So we're gonna have to see what we get, and what do we put it? Okay, now I'm gonna do this again just for clarity's sake. It actually picked number 2. So number 2 for the Premier League. Raj Sagat, I tell you what, that is good. That is a good one. So Raj and Sogata luckily not get the Premier League, and they got 2 again, and they get 3. So okay, so Andrea Dahlia up against that. So we won't get our dream match of Raj and Sogata against Helen and Mike for the Premier League. I think that would have been a fantastic battle actually, just because of the fact that Helen and Mike are so knowledgeable about the Premier League. But it is Raj and Sogata against Andrea and Dahlia with the Premier League thing on the Premier League trivia on the line. So that will be that one. I mean again I don't know who's gonna win that one, but surely I think Raj and Sogata are probably slight favorites for that one. So we're going to Group B match day 2 now, and you know what I'm gonna do is now you know what, we'll keep it for this one. I don't want to make, but for the next one maybe we'll we'll just keep it for now. And so here we go. Number 3 for match day number 2, and it is number 2 that has come out of the draw, and I'm not surprised with that. It's bound to come out at some point. Gian and Maria finally, well, they were supposed to come out anyway. They had to, so they're going to be the home team for this one. and they are going to take on number one. Well, that's good. We got a little bit of differentiation there. They're going to take on Fire and Margaret for the Premier League. That is going to be interesting. That's actually a wonderful time because I think Fire has a lot of knowledge of the Premier League, but then you got Gianna Maria who also so knowledgeable. I think that's going to be good. I think that is a wonderful round, and I feel Group B is much more open anyway. So I think that's fantastic. And so we go to the final one. We will do the draw because we need to find out who's going to be the home team. Though we do know the teams already that are going to compete in that final round. So we're going to do this one again, and it has picked number one because I've typed it twice and it said number one. So number one, which is Helen and Mike, who were going to be there. So sorry about that. Helen and Mike will take on Raj and Saugata in the final round. And that is going to be on Serie A. So that's going to be interesting. Yeah, I think that will be an even matchup as well. So Helen Mike against Raj and Saugata for Serie A. And then again, just for administration, we need to find out who is going to be. And again, it's picked one. It has picked one. So it has picked one, but I think one have already played. So that's why we have to pick three. So Mina and Will, that's the number that's picked three. So Mina and will be our team and they will take on Jihan and Maria. So on La Liga, I think that'll be another interesting battle. I think again that'd be fantastic. So yeah, that's what we have. We have our draw. We have a draw basically, and then of course the winners of Group A and Group B fight each other. So just going over this again, and I will stop sharing my screen. I'm not sure actually if I'm sharing. What screen am I sharing? I am screen sharing, so I'm assuming I'm sharing, but I will stop my share, and I'll do this one. So here we go. Excel sheet time. So this is our groups. Group A, Helen and Mike, Raj, Saugata, Andrea and Dalia. Group B, Farhan and Margaret, Gian and Maria, Mina and Will. Those are our groups. And our first match day, which is Champions League, will be Helen Mike against Andrea and Dalia. And then we've got Group B, match day one, which will be Farhan and Margaret against Mina and Will. Our match day two will be Raj and Saugata against Andrea and Dalia for Group A, and then for Group B, which will be Gian and Maria against Fire and Margaret. You can see it's all mashed up, but that's unfortunately, as you can see there, cell sizes and all that. And then the final match is, of course, Helen and Mike against Raj and Saugata, and Mina and Will against Gian and Maria. And those are the topics that will be discussed. So we're going to begin the competition. I do want to point out, because of schedules and things like that, we may not have them all happen in order, though we will definitely keep the topics the same. They may not have the matches in order, but we'll try to keep them in order as much as we can. But that is our draw. That is our final. That is what we have right now. And I think this is it's great. I think it's great. And there's some interesting, tasty matchups in there. Some that I would have probably wanted more than others, but I think that's fine. I think we've still got some really good battles and some really good opportunities for that. So we will keep our eye out for that one. All right. Thank you so much for watching, guys. This is the draw. Share your comments and thoughts in the comment section below, obviously, and let us know. Do you have a favorite team that you want to see compete? Do you even know any of them? You probably may or may not know. Yes, we don't have Daniel and Anna this year, unfortunately. Our two finalists and Daniel winners, of course, he didn't participate. They declined to participate this year for personal reasons, but that is totally fine. We've got some new competitors, we've got some new blood, and we've got a wonderful new exciting format that we're definitely very, very upbeat about trying. So I'm desperately trying not to use that E word, but really, 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 really looking forward to this. So keep an eye out for schedules. We'll post them on social media, Facebook, Twitter. Follow us on those channels so you can get information about when the episodes land, when they happen. Keep in touch with us, and we're excited to hear about that from you. And please remember to like and share this channel, and subscribe to the channel if you're new, so that you can keep getting updates about the videos as they drop as well. And big announcement. This year's cash prize. Last year we had a $10 cash prize, but this year we've increased it to $20 because $10 divided by 2 is only 5, and nobody really competes for that. So this year's cash prize is $20. We've also had inflation, so but $20 is the grand prize for whichever team wins the competition. So lots at stake, lots and lots at stake. That's actually $1 billion in some currencies, by the way. So a million, well, not billion, maybe $1 million in some currencies. You could be a millionaire if you won that in some countries. So think about that. Yes, think about that for a second. But thank you so much for watching. Take care, and we'll see you again very soon. Bye-bye.